Okay. Determine the graph is not. If it is, then write the domain and the range. Okay, remember your domain is your X. Jiminy Crickets, right pen, right. And your range is your Y. And remember, to write your domain, you're going to go from left to right. And to write your range, you're going to go from the bottom to the top. Okay, so let's look at this one. On this one, none of the x's repeat. First off, which one's not a function? The one that's not a function is this one. If we were to draw a vertical line through it, the vertical line would cross twice. This ordered pair would be 2, 2, and this ordered pair would be 2, -1. Notice that the x's repeat, right? So this is not a function. So if a vertical line crosses a graph twice, it's not a function because the x's will repeat. These two graphs are function because a vertical line will only cross it once. All of the x's count once. So these are functions. I'm going to put checks. Now then we're going to write down D for domain and R for range. Okay, so let's get our domain. All right, let's see, our domain is going to be written with inequalities on this one. So our domain is going to go from left to right on the x-axis. So this is the smallest the x will ever get. If I go up, it's right here in it. This is the largest the x will ever get, and if I go up, it's right here. This number is -3, and this number is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So my range goes from -3 to 4. This is how you write it. This is the smallest number, this is the largest number, and you use inequalities, and you put x. Now then for my range, I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm not going to put x, I'm going to put y, but the inequalities repeat. Now then my range, this is the smallest it ever gets on the, going down on the y-axis, so I'm going to put right here, that's the smallest my range will get. The largest the range will get is right here. If I go across, it's right here in it. So my range, remember, you go from the bottom to the top. So at the bottom is at -3, and at the top it's 2. So my range goes from -3 to 2. Any questions? So you go from left to right for your domain, you go from the bottom to the top for your range. So let's go to this one. There's no arrows on these. If there were arrows, they keep going. So let's get our domain first. Our domain goes from this dot to this dot, isn't it? So if I go down, I would circle right here. And if I go down from this dot, I would circle right here. So my domain is going from -1, 2, 3, -4, all the way to +1, and I'm going to put less than or equal to x in the middle. So it goes from -4 to 1 on the x-axis. My range goes from here all the way up to here, doesn't it? So the graph goes from here to here on the y-axis, right? Which is 0 to 2, 3, 4, 5. So it starts at 0, put y, and it goes to 5. If you need help with this, come in. This is pretty simple stuff. So you're defining your domain and range using inequalities.